Here in this lecture we are going to discuss letter of complaint and its format. In the previous lecture we had discussed the letter of inquiry. You can make inquiry about buying laptop, mobile phone, about the scheme of exchanging car, etc. In this part we are going to discuss how to make complaint about some difficulties in your life, some grievances, offenses, etc. आपल्या जीवनामध्ये आपल्याला वेगवेगळ्या कारणास्तव अडचणींना सामना द्यावा लागतो, अनेक संकटांना आपल्याला तोंड द्यावं लागतं. ज्यावेळी अशा प्रकारच्या अडचणी अथॉरिटीमुळे किंवा समाजातील घटकामुळे निर्माण होत असतात, त्यावेळी आपल्याला वेगवेगळ्या ठिकाणी वेगवेगळ्या ऑफिसमध्ये तक्रार करावी लागते. You can write a letter of complaint to the concerned authorities. Then when you are not satisfied with the service provided by them, the letters are usually formal in nature. As the letter of inquiry, it is also the letter which is written to particular authority and it is in a formal structure. जसं लेटर ऑफ इन्क्वायरी आपण औपचारिक अशा पद्धतीने लिहित असतो, या ठिकाणी देखील तक्रार लिहिण्यासाठी देखील आपल्याला फॉर्मल स्ट्रक्चरचा वापर करावा लागेल. When there is a order of a particular product and you receive an order which is defective, then you write to a particular company, particular person, and you make complaint about the product, and then appropriate action will be taken from the concerned party or the department for the complaint raised. There could be many reasons for writing complaint letters, such as wrongdoing, grievances, offense, resentment arising out of product or service, etc. अनेक कारण असू शकतात कंप्लेंट लेटर लिहिण्यासाठी. चुकीची घटना घडलेली असेल, काय चुकीचं घडलं असेल आपल्याकडून किंवा दुसऱ्यांकडून, ग्रीव्हान्स काही तक्रार असेल, ऑफेन्स, रिझेंटमेंट त्या प्रॉडक्ट किंवा सर्व्हिस संदर्भात. अँड इट इज द राईट ऑफ एव्हरी सिटीजन टू रेज द कंप्लेंट फॉर अनफेअर सर्व्हिस or the unfair things happening to them and get a productive result. आणि त्याच्यामधून काही चांगलं असं घडावं अशा प्रकारची अपेक्षा या तक्रारीमध्ये असते. For example, if the roads in your area have potholes, then we need to write a letter to the relevant department to make it fixed. आपल्या भागामध्ये जे रस्ते आहेत किंवा आपल्या कॉलनीमध्ये रस्ते आहेत तिथे खूप खड्डे पडलेले आहेत, अशा वेळी आपण ही जी तक्रार आहे ती ठराविक त्या संबंधित डिपार्टमेंटला लिहित असतो. Else it could be a problem for people who are residing in such areas to travel. It may also cause pedestrians to fall or road accidents. खड्डा पडल्यामुळे त्या ठिकाणी जे पादचारी आहेत किंवा वाहन चालक आहेत त्यांना त्या ठिकाणी ॲक्सिडेंटला सामना करावा लागतो. Therefore, it is necessary to take desired action against them. The public service provided by the government is for the benefit of the public. पब्लिक सर्व्हिस जी मिळत असते गव्हर्नमेंटकडून ती त्या ठिकाणी लोक कल्याणासाठी असते, लोकांच्या हितासाठी असते. बट समटाइम्स द सर्व्हिस इज नॉट सॅटिस्फाईड, it is unsatisfied, and therefore you should raise the voice against such authority, government authority, and you can get the problem solved, and that is why such letters are written to make complaint. Now you can the format of complaint letter here. This is a formal letter. First of all, you have to consider that it is a formal letter and it is written to a concerned authority. When the letter is written, when you have disputes, problems or mistakes, sometimes there is a misbehavior or any other complaint, the format of the complaint letter is given here. First of all, you have to write the sender's address at the left corner. Then there is date of the letter. Then receiver's address is there. Subject, you can mention the reason of complaint here. Then there is salutation, dear sir, Mr., dear ma'am, etc. In the body of the letter, there are three parts. First of all, you have to introduce yourself, what is the problem, and in the second part, the main reason to write this letter of complaint, and the last part is conclusion, and then closing of letter with complimentary clause, yours faithfully, yours sincerely, etc. and lastly the sign. This is the particular proper format of writing complaint to a particular or concerned authority. While writing the letter of complaint, you have to keep in mind some important points. First of all, it is a letter of complaint, it is a formal letter, and then you should write it in a polite manner. Though it is a complaint, you are very angry, you are frustrated, you should be very polite. And when you write in a polite manner, it gives a kind of good impression, and there are chances you have a very a good impression when you write the letter in a very polite manner, and there is 100% chance to get response from the particular authority. Always introduce yourself first at the left of the letter. First of all, you have to introduce at the left of the letter. Then there is a recipient or the receiver's address. It should be properly mentioned with pin code. Then you have to mention the purpose of writing letter in the subject line. Then start the letter with a salutation or a proper greeting. Then there is the body of the letter, actual message which you are going to write in this next part. In the first paragraph, you have to introduce yourself and write the purpose of writing this letter. Here you should be very clear and precise. In the second paragraph, you have to write the brief description of the complaint and what problems that causing to you, and then do not derivate from the main topic. You have to mention it here very properly. In the third paragraph, you should include the conclusion part where you state the resolution for your problem. You are expecting, या ठिकाणी आपल्याला काय अपेक्षित आहे, आपला प्रॉब्लेम कशा पद्धतीने सॉल्व्ह झाला पाहिजे, या ठिकाणी तिसऱ्या भागामध्ये आपण मेन्शन करायचं आहे. आणि त्यानंतर त्या व्यक्तीचा आभार म्हणून त्या ठिकाणी क्लोज करायचं लेटर. यू हॅव टू क्लोज द लेटर बाय थँकिंग द पर्सन and you have to give some time for solving the problem. Here first of all check the grammar, spelling mistakes, because as it is a formal letter, you should not make any spelling mistake or grammar mistake. If you do so, it could create some bad impression on the part of the authority. You can highlight the important points in the letter to grab the quick attention of the reader. You can underline the sentence which is mentioning the problem. Here in this way you can present this letter in a proper format and you can have the solutions of your problem. In the next part we are going to discuss some sample letters of complaint. Then there are number of examples of or subjects of complaining at different situation. We are going to discuss in the next lecture. Here we conclude. Thank you.